Greetings, fellow humans. This is Pat Callahan from All White Tukey. You're listening to another great podcast on the Four Eyed Radio Network. Yeah.
It's your good pal Steve-O from the 4i Radio Network. I'm here to talk to you about a wonderful designer we all know, Revenge Lover. Illustrates and designs that fit your personality. For samples and inquiries, please visit revengelover.com. And just do yourself a favor and tell them Steve-O sent you. I know it really doesn't count for anything, but I mean, come on. Who are you gonna trust? You gonna trust somebody else? No, you're gonna trust me, Steve-O. Because, face it, I'm awesome. Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Arcade Bros. I know it's been a while, but again, I'm in that weird state of trying to find a co-host for the show. I have talked to a couple of people and we'll see what happens, but for now, you'll probably get one of these drawn-out episodes of me rambling about stupid stuff that you don't even care about. But we are back, so before we get started with the show, like always, I'll have to go through most of our sponsors, because that's what you do when you have sponsors. Now, of course, you can listen to the show at www.arcade-bros.com. To listen to the show, you can find us on 4iRadio.com, Spreaker, iTunes, Stitcher, Zune Marketplace, BlackBerry Podcast, Blueberry Podcast, Mirror Guide, Double Twist, YouTube, Swell Radio, and Player FM. We are no longer with SoundCloud because, well, I guess wasn't one of the best things for everything. And, of course, we're brought to you Revenge Lover, illustrates and designs that fit your personalities. For samples and inquiries, visit revengelover.com. We're also brought to you by Amazon.com, and, of course, the holiday seasons will be upon us in less than 2 months. I know Black Friday will be coming up soon, and it's kind of sad. It's like, what happened to October? You know, really? I mean, I think people said they saw Christmas decorations already going up, and I'm recording this, and it's still September. So I don't know what goes on anymore. But, of course, if you're shopping for anything that you want to shop for, you go to Amazon.com, but you don't go to Amazon.com. You go to the Sasquatch.net and click on the Amazon banner and shop like you normally do. We'll get a little taste if you do. Now, of course, like I said, this might not be that long of an episode, but I figure before I jump into the actual Arcade Bros-ness of everything, I'm going to be gone next weekend. I'm going to Vegas with my best friend Patrick, which is going to be fun. We're actually going to go see 2 shows out there. One of the shows I'm looking very forward to is going to be Hollywood Babylon with Kevin Smith and Ralph Garman, a podcast that I've been listening to since I started getting into podcasting, like not even doing it, just listening to them. And it's like so weird that everything has lined up to this moment where Patrick's like, let's go to Vegas. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, I heard their ad like, hey, we're going to be in Vegas. I'm like, they're probably not going to be in Vegas when I'm in Vegas. And sure enough, they're playing on the 3rd of October. And I'm like, that's the weekend. So I asked him, like, do you want to go? And he's like, yeah. So I'm like, okay, cool. So bought the tickets. We're all set for that. So that's going to be fun. So that's why I'm recording a couple of shows early. So you guys have shows for this week. And I should have that Monday off, so I'm going to try to knock out a couple of episodes as well, so you're not like, hey, where's an episode and stuff like that. So I'm going to try to get back into the swing of giving you guys stuff every week again, so I can be the mascot of the network. Not to mention, there's a new show that's going to be starting up in October. Not going to tell you what that is yet, but hopefully you guys enjoy it. Brand new podcast coming to the network. In fact, it's so under the radar that I haven't even told anybody else about it. We did record the first episode, so it should be pretty interesting. It's a start of a brand new series basically on the network. So we're still trying to find our footing of what we exactly want to do with it, but should be good times. And hopefully other shows that have been buried might come back, might get resurrected, but of course I say this all the time. So with all that out of the way, let me talk about what I've been playing this week. Now, last time we spoke was a while ago. I would say I'm probably putting out an Arcade Bros show like every month now, and I really don't want to do that. I need to find a co-host. So it is open. So if you are interested and you live in the Arizona area, or if you don't, and we usually try to drop the show on Tuesday, so Maybe I can line up a thing, but go ahead and find us on Twitter. It should be at arcade_bros on the Twitter. You can use the hashtag #GetGaming, or you can just find me directly on Twitter at Stephen Mooney Jr., and just hit me up with a tweet saying, hey, I might be interested. You want to give it a shot? Maybe you have some knowledge on video games that I don't, or maybe other stuff that you play, or all that kind of good stuff. Also, I've been trying to stream more, so I've been trying to find a day to stream. I kind of want to pick maybe like a Wednesday night, or maybe a Tuesday night, maybe a Tuesday. I'm not sure. I have been streaming on Sundays. I've been trying to get the hang of that, so hopefully that works out pretty well. But we'll see what happens. I did stream Dying Light was the last game I played. I think I talked about it on the last podcast. But of course, what I've been playing this week, I actually played Sunset Overdrive, and I finally beat it. I'm not sure if I talked about that on the last episode or not. This is how bad I am. I can't remember what I've done or what I am doing. So, there's all that good stuff. But yeah. So, yeah, I beat Sunset Overdrive. Absolutely loved it. Thought it was a great game. I want to play the DLC. I heard that's really good. And just a fun game. Like, Insomniac has just, I don't know, they've blown me away so far with, like, the Ratchet & Clank series. They used to do the Spyro series. So, they just know how to write stories and just have a good time and just make a really fun game, you know. And it kind of gets down to that where there's not too many games where you just like enjoy anymore. It's just kind of more games that you just kind of go through the motions, I think. I'm not saying that for all games. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of great games out there that are just amazing. And they're like 40-hour plus games, and it's a game you can engulf yourself into and just really enjoy the world, the environment, the characters, and just have a good time and a great, you know, epic storytelling. And this all goes back to like my first statement of video games. It's like, it's not necessarily the graphics. I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's always the graphics. I mean, there is a smart, but it's really storytelling. I mean, I still go back to Chrono Trigger again. I think, in my opinion, a great RPG, a fantastic RPG. And it's just so much fun to, you know, relive and play and, you know, those characters and their story and this depth. And it's like a 16-bit graphic game. Like, there's no cutscenes unless you get, like, one of the newer versions of Chrono Trigger that was released on, I think, Nintendo DS was, like, the latest one. Also the PlayStation, the original PlayStation one. But, yeah, I mean, the cutscenes are cool, but, you know, I mean, even without it, it's just great storytelling. Speaking of a game that has horrible storytelling, and I'm not really sure if it's gotten better. I did talk about the Destiny update that came out and fixed a lot of the bugs that everybody was having, such as, you know, they replaced the voiceover for the Ghost is now Nolan North. Actually, I think I gave him kind of a bad review, thinking like he didn't do a good job. And I wasn't even trying to say like he was worse than Peter Dinklage, because I love Nolan North. In fact, one of the games that are coming out, I'm probably going to be buying next month in October is the Uncharted Collection, just because he engulfed that character, Nathan Drake. And even though I already own those games on the PlayStation 3, like it's such a great game. And I think going back and playing it, I'm going to play it on the PlayStation 4, and just to get me geared up for the next, you know, Uncharted game. I mean, it's just, again, great storytelling kind of thing. So, but yeah, so back to Destiny. So, actually played a little bit more. Nolan North actually does bring a lot more to the character of Ghost. It just feels kind of bad that you think that Peter Dinklage is a phenomenal actor. And I'm not saying that he maybe he wasn't feeling it in the recording studio, but you think if you're directing somebody, voice actor or not, don't you think you would give them, like, you know, some direction, be like, oh, give a little bit more you know, do so. He's an actor. He's been told to probably do this. I mean, he gives a great performance in anything that I've seen him do. And you're trying to tell me that he's like, oh, you can't get this. So I think that's more on whoever was the voice director on that. I think they did a shitty job, but I'm glad they got Nolan North. I think he does bring a lot to the character, and he's a voiceover actor. That's what he does. He's very good at it. He does. There's so many voices that he does that it's like ridiculous. I mean, heck, he was just in the Arkham, you know, Night game. He's the Penguin. A lot of people don't know that because it doesn't sound like him, you know, kind of thing. But of course, with Destiny, with the new update, and then the Taken King came out, which I did end up getting for the Xbox. Excuse me, that was a great sneeze. I'm gonna have to edit that part out. Yeah, so I got it for the Xbox One. I probably will be picking it up again for the PlayStation 4, or maybe asking it for Christmas, because I do want to play with a lot of people. The downside to this, I will talk about this first, before I get into the depths of the new content in the game and what you guys can expect for it. Now, if you're an old-time user of Destiny, you realize you pretty much got fucked with this game. Basically, if you did not buy the 2 DLCs, you can buy the 2 DLCs, and then get the Taken King after you have purchased those. But that's $40, and then another $40. So that's like $80. So you might as well just go out and buy the, collector's edition of Destiny at this point, which is $79.99. To me, that's like a kick in the face. Now, if you already purchased those 2, then it is $40, so you're saving $10. I guess maybe $20. Still kind of a shitty deal. Now, me, on the other hand, I only bought 1 DLC, couldn't play it until the update came out where they fixed the leveling system. And then it's like the Taken King came out, and I was just like, okay, well, I can't really do much more. Like, I was already stuck at the level cap. I couldn't move anymore. And then I was kind of disappointed when I did get the game. The level cap was only like 40. So... But not to mention, okay, with all the little nitpicking aside and stuff like that, this is the game that should have come out a year ago. And if it wasn't going to come out a year ago, I said they should have pushed it back until they were done with everything, because to me this feels like a very complete game now. Now if you were to release DLC for this, I could be like, okay, cool. This has a lot more content in the game. You're getting the full Destiny game. You get the 2 DLCs, which really aren't that long, so paying $20 for these to begin with I thought was kind of a shitty deal. And then you get the new campaign, The Taken King. Now, this unlocks a bunch of new weapons, a bunch of new level caps. I believe once you hit a certain level, you upgrade to a new subclass. So your 3 subclasses are unlocked with new features and everything like that. So anybody who's was curious about Destiny and did not pick it up, I recommend picking it up now. You're definitely getting a better game than we got a year ago. And I know that's like... I don't want to be one of those people that are like, ah, damn it, you're just getting the game now, I hate you, you didn't have to go through all the grind and stuff. No, I mean, it has its flaws, but I think right now it's finally a game that lives up to the hype that we got a year ago, which is really kind of bad. Now, I don't know much if I want to blame Bungie on this, because I'm like, Bungie has given us a really, really good games. They've, Halo... I think there was even a game called Bulletstorm by them. No, actually, that was by Epic Games, who did Gears of War. And in fact, actually, the Gears of War remake came out, and I haven't picked it up yet. I'm going to, but I guess I'm glad I waited, because I guess they just released a new update that fixes a lot of stuff that was problems with it. So I thought that was kind of weird, but I know. Then again, half of the news I get for the Xbox system and everything like that, not too many people are... Again, the stupid console war crap. Guess what? We get it. If you have an Xbox, you have an Xbox. You have a PlayStation 4, you have a PlayStation 4. You have a Wii U, you have a Wii U. Just deal with it, people. I mean, we've been doing... you guys have no idea what a console war is. Right now, you're just kind of whipping your dicks out and trying to say, like, oh, my console's better. No, You're basically trying to see who has the biggest dick right now with these console wars. Okay, my console war was back in Nintendo and Sega Genesis, kids. Okay, now that was a fucking console war. You know why? Because we didn't have the internet. We didn't have any way to learn these specs. We just had to take the company's word for it, okay? And these guys had to really do a lot of campaigning to try to get you to buy their systems and their games, okay? There was literally smear campaigns, Sega does what Nintendo don't. All this kind of crap, and people bought into it, and that was a bit war. That was a console war. This console war that's going on right now, pretty much all systems do exactly the same thing. Now, granted, there's going to be exclusives for each console and stuff like that, but it's just like, guess what? The dicks are about the same size when it comes to the console wars. I'm so sick of this kind of crap. The thing I get so angry about, and I brought it up before, and I'm probably sounding like a record now, it's just what looks better. Guess what? If you have a PC, it's going to look better, okay? Hands down already said, yeah, PlayStation has great graphics, but I think Xbox Online is a lot better. I don't think their Twitch streaming is that great on Xbox. I think PlayStation did a smarter move on it. Now, guess it. Yeah, every console has their plus and minuses, okay? So that's how it goes. But back to Destiny. I'm so all over the place. But yeah, I know Matthew just picked it up. I think him and I are probably going to try to game, hopefully. But yeah, if you want to join me, of course, my gamer tag on the Xbox One and Xbox 360 is Schooldaze. That's SKOOLDAZE and then 069. And of course, if you do want to play with me on PlayStation, I do have the normal Destiny on PlayStation. I don't have the Taken King, so I won't be able to take the journey with you until I am able to pick that up. But that is just School Days, same spelling as the Xbox one, and then instead of a 0, just 69 number. So, and I believe my 069, I think I'm just School Days across the board on all systems. I think it's Xbox and Wii, that's 069, and then PlayStation just 69. So. But yeah, so they definitely did fix the flaws. A lot more loot drops now, which is kind of impressive. But yeah, so if you want to go check out Destiny Now, The Taken King, I highly recommend it. Of course, in other news, I haven't talked about it yet, but this month's Nerd Block, or Arcade Block, which I'm a subscriber to, is going to be Legend of Zelda. So I know mine was just shipped. I probably will talk about it when it finally comes. It's probably coming this week. Most likely it's going to come the weekend. I'm in Vegas. So as soon as I get that, I'll take some pictures, post those on the website, and then I'll go ahead and run down what's inside the box like I did with the Loot Crate on Longbox Cast. Now, back to what else I've been playing this week. I also started playing Super Smash Bros. On the Wii U again. I've had the game for almost a year. Yeah, it's going to be a year in October, I think it came out. I haven't gotten all the characters yet. This is one of the Smash Bros. Games that I have not really sat down and played. All the other ones I seem to have like people come over and we play and stuff like that, but I haven't really had a game night at my house yet, so I probably should do that. I really want to do that. I think that'd be fun. But yeah, but I did get the DLC for Ryu in the Super Smash Bros. Game. Like the character, I think he's very well. He's actually one of my favorite characters to play right now. Actually, kind of gets me geared up for the new Street Fighter game that'll be coming out for the PlayStation 4. I'm not sure if it's coming out this year or if it got pushed to next year. Again, kids, Steve O'Mooney does not do his research when he goes to record a podcast. So that should be good. One thing I actually do want to talk about before we get into the news is the new iOS update for the Apple phone. They fixed the bugs with that iMessenger crap thing. Now, if you're having a problem with your iMessenger, I found a way to fix it. If you've already fixed it, then good for you. You're smarter than me. But it took me almost a week to finally find like a valid source that's actually reasonable. But I guess I had to reset all my settings and not delete any of my data. And as soon as I did that, it's working now finally. So I know you guys were very concerned about me not having a personal life. But jumping into video game news, let's talk about this. Apparently, there is going to be a actually, I'm kind of curious about already. No, I don't think I did talk about this. I'm honestly trying to remember what my last week episode was, and I don't know if I talked about all this, but I guess we'll find out. If I'm doing a repeat episode, people, then I apologize, and I really need to get my shit together. Let me check out some show notes. Yes, I put these show notes in a while ago, and I can't even remember what I'm doing anymore, kids. This is what happens when you have way too many podcasts on the network. But this show note's probably been out for a while, but Borderlands, the video game movie, in works at Lionsgate. I'm not sure if I did talk about this. I think it's a great idea. The only thing I'm kind of curious about is having this game come out, even though the game has come out, it's kind of almost like a Mad Max kind of thing, but the success of the Mad Max movie, I don't know if people are just going to think this is a ripoff who don't play video games, so we'll see what happens, but it should be interesting. I mean, I love Borderlands. I'm looking forward to another one that they're going to make. I have basically the renditions of it on Xbox 360, which is now backwards compatible on Xbox One if you're part of the preview program. That was a lot of P's. I apologize. Wow, there's a lot of woo. A lot of binge drinking, kids. That's why this show is probably really crappy. But yeah, so we'll see what happens. Lionsgate does some pretty good stuff, so we'll see how this goes. That was just a little touch. I know they're doing a new game by the creators of the Castle Crashers, which I believe they just reimagine. Is it a reimagine? Or is it what's it called? Jeez, I keep saying reboot, reimagine. I think it's more of an upgrade, maybe. I don't know. But Borderlands, but not Borderlands, Castle Crashers will be is getting a new wow, kids. Okay. Castle Crashers has been re-released on Xbox One and PlayStation 4, but these guys are actually making a brand new game that's nothing like we've ever seen before. So these guys do really good work a lot of the time, so I can't wait for this game to come out. I mean, I think the first one was the Alien one, then they had Castle Crashers, then they did the Blockhead Theater, or Theater Block Theater, I forget what it was called. So yeah, it should be really cool. But of course, Dragon Age Inquisition is getting a new DLC. I feel really bad because I've still not touched my Dragon Age Inquisition. I just keep getting distracted by other stuff. I kind of set myself up for I want to play games, but then I don't. As part of the PAX Prime PAX Prime, but yeah, Dragon Age is getting a new DLC. I believe it's called Inquisition Trespasser. Their DLCs have been fun. I mean, I love the first Dragon Age game, so I really can't say. I mean, what I played of Dragon Age Inquisition, I have it for Xbox One. Phenomenal. It looks amazing. It looks fun. It has the Witcher factor for me, and what I mean by that is it just seems very overwhelming, like you don't know what to do, and it's so weird because the last time I got overwhelmed by a game, I believe was Fallout 3, which is very weird for me because I played, Elder Scrolls, and I was fine to jump into Elder Scrolls. I mean, I think when I first jumped into Elder Scrolls, I think it was, which one did I jump into that I felt like overwhelmed before I was like, okay, I think it was... Oh, jeez. It wasn't Skyrim. It was the one before... Man, guys, I'm sorry. I do not know anything. The one... Oblivion. Thank you. The Gates of Oblivion. What is wrong with me? Yeah, Elder Scrolls Oblivion was... seemed pretty overwhelming, which is funny because I ended up beating Skyrim. I still have like 3 or 4 achievements to get in that one, but I went back to Oblivion and ended up just getting all the achievements. Like I went through all the side. This is when I was unemployed. I don't know if you guys remember that part of my life. Yeah, I basically stayed up late nights and then in my old apartment and I was gaming a lot. I got done with a lot of games that time. I think I finished like a lot of the Gears of War. Stuff at a lot of games for me. Just I have this problem where I will buy a game, play it for a little bit, and then move on to the next game. And I haven't really. I think the last game I basically got was the Destiny Taken King, and then I bought the Dying Light beforehand, which I really wanted to jump back into. But it's just this weird thing with me where it's like I used to buy games and just not there's certain games that I could just play all the way through, I'd be done with it, and then I would get another game. But there's I was going through a lot of my Xbox 360 collection. I mean, PlayStation 4, I was able to beat a lot of my games just because I don't have that many of the PlayStation 3 games. A lot of the games are exclusives, so it was just kind of easy to keep up on them. I mean, certain ones I just had I wanted to play, such as the first Uncharted I couldn't put down, second Uncharted was really bad for me because I literally was I have a day off from work. I was doing some part-time stuff for that short period of my life, and it was I'm going to play this game for I'm just going to jump on for an hour, play a little bit of the storyline, and then it would just engulf you, and you would just be and then I look up and it's 3 hours later, I'm like, oh my God, I didn't plan on. I wouldn't say it's a waste of time. That to me is just very good game making, where it just kind of pulls you in and you just want to keep playing it. And then same with the third one as well. So there's only certain franchises that I'm able to actually complete because I think the story is just that good. I think that was the same thing with the Tomb Raider, the reboot. And I can't wait for the next one. Comes out in October as well, so that should be really fun. But yeah, that's my problem with stuff. So I do have a lot of Xbox One games, and even my PlayStation 4 thing. I think I have about 5 right now, but I've only scratched the surface with those. Haven't really pulled myself to play anymore. I think the one that's brand new to me is probably Dying Light, which I do want to jump back into and play. But I do have the remaster of The Last of Us, but I've already played it, so it's kind of it's not really pushing. But that's another game I could have put down, also by Naughty Dog. So it's just one of these weird, things where it's I think I screwed my head. I think actually, I know a lot of people don't like it, but GameFly I think was good for me just because I would get a game, I was able to play it, and then try to beat it because I wanted to return it and get another game, kind of thing. So I think that kind of motivated me, and it kind of saved money at the same time, because then if like I'm playing, getting a game for $14.99 a month, and if I'm able to get about 2 games a month, I mean that's already saving me like $100-something. So, but yeah, so the new, I think actually while I talk about this, I think the DLC has already come out for the Dragon Age Inquisition, because these show notes are old. I can't remember the last time I did it. Of course, there's apologies for the delay. Mighty Number 9. Now, this is the new game that's actually did a Kickstarter, I believe. It's actually exactly like Mega Man, the original creator of Mega Man. For whatever reason, like they don't have the rights from Capcom or something. I don't know the whole backstory. I will probably try to find that. But it looks like the demo would be available to launch on September 15th. So, of course, these notes are old. Codes will be distributed to the backers so they can get a little bit of taste of the game. I mean, the game looks phenomenal. I really like the art style. I really like the 2D scrolling and stuff like that. But yeah, we'll see how the game is. I mean, basically, it's like a beefed up version of Mega Man, which I've been really wanting to see a new Mega Man game for so long time. So this should be fun. It's just very weird to see what's going on with some of that kind of stuff. Anyways, but yeah, so that's why the delays are happening. But it looks like backers will receive a special trial version of the game. So that's kind of cool, I guess. I don't back a lot of projects. I'm kind of bad at that. I always get engulfed on things where I'm all like, oh, this is really cool. I want to totally back this, but I don't have money. And then the money I do spend shit on, people are like, you're dumb. So, Star Wars Battlefront, that will be coming out, I believe. I think the beta's testing is starting soon. I don't know. I know they're really pushing on PlayStation 4, which is fine with me because I have PlayStation, so it's not like, oh my god kind of thing. Yeah, so it looks like they're... Star Wars Battlefront does not share a single system with the Battlefield. Now, Battlefront and Battlefield are exactly like, they're by the same corporation, stuff like that, so should be very interesting. I'm looking forward to this. Now, I've never played a Star Wars Battlefront game, so I know you people can hate me and not like me for this or whatnot, but I'm looking forward to this game. The only biggest dilemma that I'm having is, what do I buy it for? Do I buy it for PlayStation 4? And hopefully my PlayStation 4 fans will get it as well. Not fans, but friends. Or do I get it for Xbox One, where a lot of my friends are on already, just to play with them? This is a dilemma you have when you have all systems, people. Do yourself a favor. Don't become me. Stick to one system. It's a lot easier to do and a lot easier to manage. And yeah, it sucks not getting certain exclusives and stuff like that, but just move on. But yeah, so that's my biggest dilemma with some of that. And it actually has been coming down to that, where I'm trying to figure out what games to get for certain systems to play with certain people. So now, like I said, a lot of my friends are on Xbox One, but they also don't buy a lot of the games that I buy. That was such as Destiny. Matthew didn't get it until a year now. I mean, I'm glad he held off on it, so he only had to spend $60 once. Oh yeah, that was the biggest thing I totally forgot to talk about with the Destiny stuff. I got distracted. I didn't like the fact that I have to rebuy everything. I would have to buy Expansion Pack 2 and then the Taken King on the 360 if I just want to play with my brother again, which I thought was weird. So I'm kind of disappointed on that. I kind of wish they did a thing where I was trying to find if I bought it for the Xbox 360, if I'd be able to play it on the Xbox One, kind of upgrade thing like they did last year. I mean, that was kind of the reason why I did it, because I'm like, well, I'm only spending $60. I'm kind of getting 2 games. And I thought that was a smart idea. Not so much this week, but this is Activision, so I don't know. It's so weird. I hate to bash on Activision because I still keep giving them my money. So I'm kind of like a hypocrite when it comes to that, because I know it's I'm like, Activision, never again! And then I'm all like, oh, Tony Hawk 5 Pro Skater's coming out. Oh, that's by Activision. Fuck my life, kind of thing. So I really need to start getting paid for doing this, like video game reviews, playing, having fun, entertaining and stuff like that, getting some sponsors, having people send games to me. I do want to kind of do that. I mean, I really do want to do a video game channel where I'm kind of reviewing games, where you can see me do some gameplay, talk about it and stuff like that. So, or people want to recommend me to review certain games. I just got to really figure out how to do all this kind of stuff. Hopefully next year, tax season coming around the corner, and it looks like I might be getting a couple more extra paychecks a month with certain stuff. I want to really start kind of building that foundation where I can kind of give you guys a little bit more than just a weekly podcast. And I really got to jump on the website and get updates going and stuff like that. So I do apologize for all this kind of stuff. On the two more stories before I head off, and you guys have a nice rest of the week. An authorized Castlevania animated series announced. Okay, of course, I love Castlevania. In fact, I really need to track down copies of these games since I have a Nintendo system again. I really want to get 1, 2, 3, and also the fourth, which is Super Castlevania, which is pretty much a remake of the first one, but still great games. And which is actually kind of cool, I did find my USB drive for my Ouya system. Yeah, I know, Ouya. What the hell happened to that system? I don't know. We all do stupid things, kids. I wish just mine was when I was in college, not when I'm an adult and doing stupid stuff. But I remember I have all the ROMs of Castlevania games, so I started playing those again, which is kind of fun. But I do want to play them on the Nintendo system. I think it's a lot more fun. I was playing Ghosts and Goblins. They just had their anniversary, and again, I really wish I knew how to Twitch stream that kind of stuff or show you guys how to that kind of stuff, because that game is just frustrating. I really want to just make the Ghosts and Goblins drinking game. And I think that'd be a really funny YouTube video to watch. Maybe in my head I think it's funny. You guys might think like, this guy's retarded. But yeah, so apparently somebody decided they're going to make an unlicensed anime based off of Castlevania. Basically on the series would be based on Castlevania 3. With Trevor Belmont instead of Simon Belmont. So, but yeah, so we'll see how that goes. I'm having a feeling that Konami is going to jump on them and be like, no! So, yeah. But before I wrap everything up, now the buried Atari games sell for $100,000. Now, I know people remember this. There was that whole rumor that happened with the worst Atari game, pretty much, or the worst video game ever made was the E.T. game for the Atari. And they really had no idea what they were doing, and, when they made the game or whatnot, apparently they only had, like, weeks to finish it or whatnot. But apparently they found it, and they unburied all the stuff in New Mexico, and they actually had... It looks like other game cartridges were found under rubbish in underground stores, including copies of Asteroid, Missiles Command, Warlord, Star Raider, Sword Quest, Phoenix Centipede, and Super Breakout. But yeah, some of these games are selling for a shit ton of money. So that's kind of crazy. So it sucks though, because I know if I want to get an Atari system again. Building up my old school gaming collection and try to get old systems back and stuff like that. This is what happens, kids, when you become obsessed with this is like my gaming collection. It's kind of like Matthew with his albums, but at least albums are a little bit more cooler. I think women are like, oh, you're into games. Oh, what's wrong with you? But nothing's wrong with me. I just haven't found the right girl, guys. She's out there. Or I missed my opportunity. But anyways, I think if I got my hands on a copy of E.T., I don't think I would sell it, though. Like, I would keep it, because it's a rare game and stuff. I mean, and guess the only bad part is it's like, if I have kids anytime soon and then I die and all this stuff goes to my children, I have a feeling like, these cocksuckers, I know. Yes, I just called my future children cocksuckers. Like, these fucking cocksuckers will probably sell my shit. So I'm also hesitant to be like, fuck, I'm not having kids, because these little bastards are not going to appreciate shit. So... yes, I know, kids. I'm a horrible, horrible human being. But yeah, I think that's going to wrap up this episode of Arcade Bros. There's really not much else to talk about. Hopefully I'll get some more gaming news before next week. I know I have Monday off when I come back from Vegas, so that would be my recovery day. But I'll probably sit down. I know I want to record a lot of new bumpers and a bunch of others. I know you guys are like, get to the gaming news. But before I actually officially sign off, we'll talk about a couple of games that are coming out next month in October. Do y'all look forward? Now, I believe Battlefield 3, Star Wars Battlefield 3 is coming out in October. I know the Uncharted Collection is coming out in October. We have the new Assassin's Creed Syndicate game that's coming out in October, which is a game that I wasn't going to buy because I felt I got burned so much by Unity. And then I saw the trailer, and I heard about the new DLC, Jack the Ripper, and I was like, crap. So, yeah, I'm most likely going to get that as well. And I believe in October, or it might be, I want to say November, but I think I know Fallout 4 will be coming out this year. We also got the new Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Oh, I don't know if I talked about. Yeah, I think I did at Advanced War. So, yeah, I'll get it when I still haven't beaten Call of Duty Ghosts or Black Ops 2 for crying out loud. I think Call of Duty has kind of gone to the wayside of, I like them, but I'm not I'm like, I can wait till someone lets me borrow it, or until I get a good price on it and everything like that. And of course, don't forget to next month we will have new gaming with Xbox Live Gold. I think this month we already did it. I forget what the first game was that came out, but the second game was the Tomb Raider game, the Defined Edition. So definitely check that out. That's a fun game. I really enjoyed it. It's free on Xbox One right now. And then, yeah, I think that's about it. So, yeah, so again, if you are looking to either game with me, go ahead and check out my gamer tag on Xbox 360, Xbox One, and the Nintendo Wii U is going to be School Days. That's SKOOLDAZE069. And for the PlayStation 4 and 3, it's going to be School Days again, but instead of a 0, it's just going to be the number 69 at the end of it. So don't forget to follow us on the Twitter or give us a Facebook page a like. Just go to www.facebook.com/Arcade Bros. Give us a like, and also don't forget the Twitter info of @arcade_bros. And don't forget to check out our website that I really need to update, arcade-bros.com. Part of the 4eye Radio Network. So I think that's going to wrap it up, and until next time, kiddies, keep on... Oh, shit, where's my stuff? I keep forgetting everything, dude. I'm just a mess. I'm just a hot mess. But until next time, kids, keep on gaming. This has been another fine production of the 4i Radio Network. For more great shows, check out www.4iradio.com.